Hey guys, it's Alex, and today I'm going to be doing a very highly requested video, which is how to make a stop motion. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I personally make my own stop motions. So let's get started. So here are some things that you're going to have to need. Camera, and this is my old camera, which I used to use to film my stop motions, which works totally fine, and I totally recommend this for starting out. But actually recently in September, I actually got the Canon Rebel T3, which I really love it. It's an SLR camera and it's actually a pretty good deal. These range from about $350 to $500, which is actually a pretty good deal for a great quality SLR camera. You will need a tripod, which I've had a lot of bad experiences with tripods because I've broken about 2 of them. So I'd recommend you getting a good quality one, and they can be really expensive if you buy them at like Walmart or something like that, but I've seen them go for really good deals on Amazon. And you'll need a doll, obviously. Because for this demonstration, I'm actually going to be filming outside. I'd recommend you to have a bunch of props maybe, unless you're just going to be having the doll walk around. But if you'd like her to grab some things or use some of these props, I totally recommend this. And you are also going to be needing a Mac or PC, but in this demonstration, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it on a Mac. Now before we start filming, let's get into some tips and tricks. Well, I think to have like a good stop motion, you should also have really cute clothing on your dolls and keep your doll well maintained. I also like to have their outfits more realistic, as if some actual person would be wearing them. So she's just wearing some overalls and some boots. And then as you can see, I brushed out her hair and I finger curled it so that it would be nice looking for the stop motion. If you're gonna be filming outside, then I'd recommend you to bring like a laundry basket or any kind of bucket that you can use to hold all your stuff. And also, before you get started with your stop motion, I think you should have your like ideas planned out. So as you can see, I have video ideas on how to make a stop motion right here, so I know what I'm going to be filming. Get into the long and tedious part, making the stop motion. The main part I look at when I'm watching a stop motion is how smooth the video is. Because I hate it when I see a video where it's like super choppy, which would mean if you're making it choppy, then your movements have to be like this, and then her arm just goes up and it's crazily moving around. So personally, I like to just move the movements very like slight. So as her hand is here, I'd move it just a little bit, and then a little bit more, and then you're just gonna keep taking the pictures. Okay, so now that I've shown you the movements, we're gonna take the doll down to the floor, and I'm gonna just do a demonstration stop motion. Okay, so I just set up this really simple scene where I'm just gonna get my doll to walk across and take a seat, and maybe she's just gonna get a drink and read the magazine. And also for this scene, I'm gonna just be using my iPod to film this so that you guys can actually see me clicking the buttons and the doll. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Between every few, I'd say 6 to 7, 5 shots, I also like to make the dolls blink, which if you don't know how to do that, all you do is pretty simple, is take their eyelashes and put them in their eyes. Hey guys, so right now I am on my laptop and we're going to be going to my favorite part, which is editing. So you're going to need to import your photos, which if you're using a PC, then I think you use Photo Library, but on a Mac, you are going to be using iPhoto. As you can see, all of the footage I have is right here, and to select the ones that you want is you're just going to click on one, and then as you can see, I go to the end, and you're going to hold the Shift key, and you're just gonna click, and that's gonna select all of the ones that you want. Okay, so once that you have imported all of your photos, then I use this app which you can buy on the Mac, which is called iStopmotion, which it's $50, but it's totally worth it because if you want your stop motions to be a lot faster, then I totally recommend this, but you can still do great stop motions using iMovie. So you can go open up iStopmotion, and then I set my frames about 12 to 14. So I'm just gonna set it in the middle, so 13, and then I'll just save it as Alex, let's call it.
And then you create it, and then you're going to input all your photos from here onto this.
And then all your photos will just start importing. Okay, so now I'm going to be showing the way where you can make your stop motions using iMovie, in which I'm still going to be using iMovie with the iStopmotion part, but this is just for if you're only using iMovie. Okay, so you're just going to want to create a new event, which you make right here in the corner, and you're just going to do a 2-click and then new event, and then you can title this whatever you want. I'll just title it title. Now that you have that new event, you're just going to click new on the top corner, and then you're going to click movie because you don't want to make a trailer. And then there's all these different themes you can choose, but I usually choose no theme because it'll kind of make it look weird if you're doing themes, because you don't want to have like weird effects going on. Okay, so now you're going to go to import media, which you can click right there, and then click import media. And then I have all this stuff saved on my desktop because I was kind of confused with doing this. So you can do that, or you can also just
import it through your camera, or I think you can do it through Apple. And then you're just going to want to select all of them, and also you can just play with the choose here. And then just press import all, and they'll all start to import.
And now you're going to have all your photos in that little corner area. So you're just going to take them and select all of them where, so you're just going to scroll down and then to the very bottom, and you can slide those all into there, like that. And now if I press play, then each of these are going to be giving like this Ken Burns effect, where they're going to be going in and out and zooming. And then they're going to be also going for like 4 seconds. So as you all have them selected right now, you're going to go to the top where it has like a little cropping area. Okay, so to remove this effect, you're going to want to go to crop, which is up here, and you have to have all your files selected. And you're just going to go to the cropping area, and as you can see, it's on this word called Ken Burns. You're going to switch that to either crop to fill, which means that there's going to be no black lines, but it's going to crop out a little bit of the space, so you can move around and choose where you want it to go. Or you could do fit. And then once you do that, you're going to want to go to this little eye thing, which is the duration, and everything is selected right now, so it's fine. So the fastest you can do your clips on iMovie is 0.1, so you're just going to do 0.1. And then, oh, oops, that didn't really work. And then all your photos should be going fast. And that's what it looks like, which is a little bit choppy and a little bit slow for my liking, so that's why I use iStopmotion. And here's the final product of the stop motion I used making with iStopmotion, and I think it turned out really smooth. So I totally recommend iStopmotion. To add voices, all you do is you're just going to press this little voice thing in the corner, and then you can just press record. So let's try this. Hi, this is Alex, and I'm doing a demo video. So I just did something like random, but here it is. And then it will do that, and then you can also use iMovie Music, or there's also this website. There's also this website called Income Tech, which is that Kevin MacLeod music, and you can get all this free music.
And it's royalty free, so you won't get like copyrighted for any of it, and you can just use whatever you want. This is mostly where I get my music. You can just click like whatever you want, bouncy and right, and then you can press search, and then you can just press play. And then if you want the music, then you just press download, and it'll download right here.
And then you can just import that using iTunes, which it'll show up right here. And then you can make it louder or quieter using the dial, which is the volume dial in the top corner.
Hi, this is Alex, and I'm doing a demo
And then to share your video, all you do is press share in the corner, and you can click on the YouTube, and then you could just press next and it'll upload right to YouTube. So there you guys have it. That is how you make stop motions. That's personally the way that I make them. I really hope that you guys will start making stop motions now. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye!